You are listening to the Why Smart Women podcast, the podcast that helps smart women work out why we repeatedly make the wrong decisions and how to make better ones. From relationships, career choices, finances, to faux fur jackets and kale smoothies. Every moment of every day, we're making decisions. Let's make them good ones. I'm your host, Annie McCubbin, and as a woman of a certain age, I've made my own share of really bad decisions. Not my husband. I don't mean him, though. I did go through some shockers to find him. And I wish this podcast had been around to save me from myself. This podcast will give you insights into the working of your own brain, which will blow your mind. I acknowledge the traditional owners of the land on which I'm recording and you are listening on this day. Always was, always will be, Aboriginal land. Well, hello listeners. This is a combinatorial episode of Why Smart Women and On the Moans. And we're going to call it Why Are Smart Women on the Moans? What do you think, Kate?
I'm just so impressed you used the word combinatorial. I'm going to use that.
Is it a real word?
Who cares? It is now. I said deproving before. I think that's a real word.
She did. Can they hear me from here?
I think they can.
Yeah. She did use the word deproving. It's
the opposite of improving.
Of improving,
obviously.
Which is just getting worse, deteriorating.
Yes, I know there are other actual English words for that meaning.
I like
deprove.
Yeah. So this is the combinatorial episode because Kate and I, Annie McCubbin, Kate Thomas, are very aligned on our sort of disapproval of people that make claims about supplements and other things which we think is ingenuine.
It's rubbish.
Is that right? Ingenuine? Ungenuine? Ingenuine?
I'm trying to think of a degenuine.
Ingenuous.
Disingenuous, I think, is the actual word. But if we're trying to come up with English words, I thought you were going to say that we are so aligned in the amount of butter we think is appropriate on a piece of toast.
Yeah, we in fact just had some brunch. 10:30, is that brunch?
Yeah, that's brunch.
And we had to sort of order triple butter. And we discussed the fact that we only order the toast in order to have something to put the butter on.
That's socially acceptable.
And your sister's child?
My sister's child, she's 6 and my sister caught her eating butter straight out of the tub with a spoon. And my sister was confused because she was proud and also disgusted at the same time.
I get that.
But Annie and I were just discussing how there's little cubes of butter. They're not cubes, are they? They're little slabs of butter that you get.
Yeah, it's inadequate.
They're to be applied like tiles to your toast.
Yeah, it's wildly inadequate.
Not to be spread.
And I can't believe it when I look at someone and they've got a gigantic slab of toast that's like a brick, right? And then they've got that tiny thing and they're doing this sort of smearing action.
Scraping.
And I'm like, what is the point of that?
No point.
And also I like a lot of jam.
Yes, you do actually. You like a lot of jam.
Yeah, I like a lot of jam and I like a lot of cheese. Anyway, that's our breakfast.
Beside the point.
That's beside the point. So what are we going to talk about today?
Well, I wanted to have a talk about, because we're coming into flu season. I mean, we're probably well into flu season now.
I know. Are you going to talk about things that are meant to boost the immune system?
Immune boosting. Oh my goodness.
God almighty.
And I know that all of your clever listeners will have had their flu vaccine.
I've had mine.
And your COVID boosters.
I haven't had my COVID booster.
Oh, you can? Yeah.
Well, I had COVID in July. Am I still covered from that bout?
I think they say 6 months since your infection. So I would go ahead and get your...
I get it constantly, COVID.
Well, go and get a booster.
It's attracted to me.
You are attractive.
I'm attractive, but it travels through the community, and then it goes beep beep beep. There's Annie.
There's Annie.
It jumps in.
Well,
loves me.
Go and get your COVID booster.
I will.
But in the pharmacy, there's been a lot of people walking in saying things like,
Armaguard.
Oh, well, I do want to talk about Armour Force. Armour Force, but a lot of people coming in saying, I think I'm coming down with something. I need something to knock it on the head. And I appreciate the thinking behind that. Like as if you could, like it's like a weed. And maybe if you can spray it before it spreads, it'll stop spreading. But your immune system doesn't really work that way. And
knock it on the head.
Yeah.
Is an interesting bit of terminology, isn't it?
It is. I mean, I understand what they mean. They're trying to get ahead of it so that it doesn't take hold.
I know what people say to me. They say as soon as you get the slightest hint of something, to take zinc and vitamin C.
So
there's evidence for that, is there?
There is some evidence for zinc lozenges. The thing about zinc is that it matters the way you take it. So a zinc lozenge is the most effective way because it actually sits in, it almost acts locally in your throat. But if you swallow it, it's not nearly as effective. And vitamin C is pretty much like if you're eating a balanced diet, you don't need a vitamin C supplement.
Yeah. Who was the Linus Pauling, wasn't it?
Was it?
Wasn't it that won the Nobel Prize? Is that Linus Pauling? And then started banging on about, while you talk, I'm just going to look that up if that's correct. I think that he was, unless that's an actor, and I could have got confused, but there is a Nobel Prize winner who then lost the plot and began saying that vitamin C would cure everything.
Oh, well, vitamin C, high-dose vitamin C is pretty all the rage for cancer treatment at the moment as well. You're not making it up.
I'm not. So he suggested in the early 1970s that the optimum daily intake may be about 2,000 milligrams of vitamin C and that everyone should get 250 milligrams a day, and that he believed that it would cure everything, including cancer.
Amazing.
But he was a Nobel Prize winner, and then he lost the plot.
Was he? Did he win the Nobel Prize for literature, though? Or was it for something scientific?
No, he was actually a chemist.
Oh, okay.
I don't know what happened. It's a very strange self-taught chemist.
He deproved.
Teaching the course the work. The genius of Pauling's work rests not in the single discovery. He won the Nobel Prize in chemistry for his entire body of work, not just a single accomplishment.
Okay.
Pauling is probably best known for working out the nature of the chemical bond, yet he also discovered, among other things, the cause of sickle cell anemia.
Oh,
so he was actually really smart, and then he lost the plot.
Well, I mean, vitamin C is important. I just think that
it's not going to cure everything.
The notion that you can meaningfully reduce the severity or longevity of an illness by taking vitamin C, I think is pretty weak. Certainly zinc lozenges. I think
What would a zinc lozenge do in your throat? Explain to me.
Do you know what? I don't know that I fully know. It's something to do with getting into the local cells and stopping the virus replicating.
So what if you took it?
And because you breathe.
Right.
Like through, and breath goes, well, you breathe. So respiratory illnesses, obviously you breathe them in. They're airborne illnesses and they have to get into your body through breathing, which goes through your throat. So the idea is that if you suck a zinc lozenge and there's zinc in the back of your throat, it stops the viral cells from multiplying sort of here.
So
I'm pointing to my throat.
Why can't I take it prophylactically? Why can't I just take one all the time?
Well, I'm sure you could, but overdosing on zinc isn't easy either. I mean, you get nausea and diarrhea and...
All right, so I want to ask you another question. So I got... No, what did I get? Thin flu, para-influenza.
Oh, para-influenza.
And then when I asked my doctor, or she's a neurologist, my friend who's a neurologist, she's also a doctor. Of course she's a doctor. Anyway, she said, you probably got it from the gym from touching. Are you hot now?
Yeah. No, that's okay. No, that's all right. I'm just going to take my...
Yeah. I can't take my dress off. She said, when you go to the gym, make sure...
It's on surfaces.
It's on surfaces. But I don't know, is it on surfaces or is it airborne? I'm really confused.
Well, I think the air touches surfaces. So it can be in the air, settle on a surface. You can pick it up with your hands.
And then touch your mouth.
And then be in and around your face and breathe it in.
Oh, okay. I thought I had to actually... The virus is on the dumbbell, and then I pick up the dumbbell and the virus is on my fingers, and then I touch my mouth or my
then
nose.
you touch your face.
But I thought, but are you saying, could I walk past somebody with the virus and they could breathe
cough
on
it on you, yeah. breathe it out on you. I know
See,
they're
that
everywhere.
makes me so paranoid.
But don't be paranoid because that's what your immune system is for. It's literally the point of it, is to protect you. And it does a really, really good job all the time. So, the thing that people need to, I think, just double down on if they don't want to get unwell with a viral illness is to remember that the absolutely best thing to do is to be immunized.
Yep.
And then do really basic, boring things that don't get sold to you in shiny containers with beige writing, which is get enough sleep, make sure you're eating a good diet,
exercise.
Keep as fit and well as you can. Wash your hands.
Yeah.
Wash your hands. And then if you are immunocompromised or you actually, you really, really don't want to inhale something, wear a mask.
Yeah, exactly.
And also if you have a cold, if you have a viral illness.
Yeah, don't go out.
Don't go out.
Stop spreading it.
Stop spreading it around.
Stop spreading it, motherfuckers.
Yeah, don't. Oh, and if you absolutely have to go out because, say, you've got to go to your... Wear a mask.
Yeah, no, people are awful.
And these are just really standard things. Don't send your children to school if they're unwell. Don't hero yourself and go to work.
Don't soldier on.
Do not soldier on.
With Codral.
Don't soldier on. And then symptom relief is really valuable as well. So pseudoephedrine is the only thing that is an actual decongestant. So all of those cold and flu tablets that have phenylephrine, the ones that you don't have to show your license for, they don't work. There's no evidence that shows that phenylephrine is a decongestant in that dose. They don't work. So if you want a decongestant that works, you have to hand your license over and get pseudoephedrine. And then...
Okay, hang on. So, so I've got a virus and I want to feel better. What you're saying is taking phenylephrine
is useless.
And what is that in?
Well, that's in cold and flu medication that you can buy at the pharmacy without having to hand over your license. So Codral is just an example of a brand.
Yeah.
Codral cold and flu with phenylephrine. It's called PE, I think, on the box. PE, phenylephrine.
Mm-hmm.
And
what is it meant to do?
It's meant to be it's got a combination of paracetamol, which we know brings down your fever and for your aches and pains and general analgesia.
Yeah.
And then it's got this phenylephrine, which they're suggesting is a decongestant, but
so that when we say decongestant, we're talking about drying things up.
Yeah, drying up your sneezing and your drippy nose and your...
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Whereas the Codral cold and flu tablets that you have to hand your license over for contains pseudoephedrine, and pseudoephedrine's amazing at drying up your...
And do we want to dry it up?
Well, yeah, because symptom relief is important. I mean, it's doing nothing to stop the actual spread of the virus. It's not killing the virus in you, but it is making you feel better in the same way that Vicks VapoRub isn't killing the virus. But if you like the smell of it and it's helping you breathe a little bit easier, then fill your boots.
Right.
Because actually feeling symptomatically better is important.
What can I ask you about, because I see these terrible sort of overarching hyperbolic statements from things like not Lorna Jane, who's the other one? I've had a mental block.
Lululemon.
Yeah. About 99% of all illnesses are caused by stress. De-stress, do some exercise, right? Which, of course, is ridiculous.
Ridiculous.
It's absolutely ridiculous, and I've been and complained to them about that because it's stupid.
It is.
But to what degree do you think, from your experience, that, say, chronic stress does affect our capacity to fight illnesses?
I think that they've got more and more research being done into this area, and it is really complicated because it's a great grab for wellness, isn't it?
It's a great grab.
Yeah.
It's great.
So
go into a retreat.
High cortisol, you're in cortisol stress, the cortisol overload or whatever it is.
You've got adrenal fatigue.
You've got adrenal fatigue as if they get weary. And, so I think that people think stress is different to different people. Get it out, Kate. People experience stress differently to other people, and they are looking at that chronic stress, and I'm now using inverted commas with my fingers.
Yes, she is. Your nails are nice, by the way.
Aren't
They're
they?
silver, they're really pretty.
But, I mean, there's really no getting around the fact that influenza is caused by the influenza virus. So I suppose you could be... What they're saying is that they're stressed and therefore your immunity is low and therefore
Is that true?
Well,
We don't know, do we?
I don't know. And it doesn't, that sentence to me doesn't make, it doesn't make sense. So people who have lower immunity, so people who are on chemotherapy,
have lower immunity.
have a lower immunity.
Yeah.
And we have medication that we can actually give to people on chemotherapy. They're called, so GCSF, filgrastim is one of them. And it's an injection, and they actually give it to people after they've had chemotherapy to raise the level of the immune cells from the bone marrow. So that actually is genuine immune boosting medication. So it's not an immune gummy, and it's not a zinc lozenge.
You don't get it off the chemist next to the St John's wort.
No,
right?
That's right. And to your point before, which was Armourforce. So Armourforce is probably a hot seller at this moment.
It would be.
But the TGA has warnings out against one of the ingredients in Armourforce, which is andrographis. And they found in 2025 there was something like 250 reports to the TGA of anaphylaxis to andrographis in people who had previously taken it and been completely fine. And there was even one reported death. So they've got a...
So the TGA for our overseas listeners is the Australian Therapeutic Goods Administration, and the American equivalent is the FDA. And the problem with all of the supplements, and like Armourforce, which has a massive, as soon as there's the slightest nip in the air in Australia, Armourforce is just front and centre. And there's all these really fucking irritating posters everywhere of like a mother and a daughter, and they've got a beanie on, and they've got scarves, and they're outside, and they're near some sort of slippery dip and swing arrangement, and there's autumn leaves, and they're really happy. And luckily, it's idyllic and happy and rustic and autumnal. And of course, on the bottom of it says boost your immune system, take whatever it is. It might be Armourforce, it'll be something else. Echinacea. And of course the promise is that you can be outside with your child in the autumnal glorious falling leaves, and you're going to be okay because you're taking an immune boosting supplement, but you're not, are you?
Well, I think a better visual would be somebody on the tram trying to get from Wynyard Station to Central Station, packed in like a sardine with your face up against someone's armpit. That would be a much better visual for me than being outside in the glorious fresh air. Nobody else around me. But
exactly.
Trying to boost your immune system, it's not like Wi-Fi. Like you can't get a booster. I mean, you can. It's GCSF, and you get it after we've just spoken about it.
Also, we don't want to boost the immune system, correct?
No, because
why don't we? Tell me.
Well, if you had a boosted immune system all the time, then you would have an autoimmune disease.
Exactly.
So I think everybody just needs to
settle down.
Everybody just needs to rein it in a tiny bit and go, okay, if I think I'm coming down with something, then
what do I do?
Get good sleep, stay home. Look, I'm going to say that grandmas out there were onto something when they said chicken soup, because that's good nutrition, that's good fluids. Warm fluids are very soothing, and as we've just said, symptom relief is very valuable to people. And I think just lower your expectations. So if you could just lower your expectations for 3 to 5 days, then you're going to be fine.
See, with that para-influenza, if I may talk about myself at length.
Please do.
Thank you. I got that, and then I became very, very ill with asthma.
Because you do suffer.
I do suffer from it. And it went on and 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 on. And then I had to take everything, including I took prednisolone, which is a steroid, which solves it. And may I say, I had 5
glorious days where my arthritic fingers didn't hurt.
Yes.
And I would love to stay on that permanently, but you're not allowed to.
You're not allowed to.
What does it do?
That is, just to tell our listeners, I don't know if you've heard of Nurofen or non-steroidal anti-inflammatories. Nurofen, Ponstan, those kind of things, Voltaren, so diclofenac, they all come under the heading of non-steroidal anti-inflammatories.
And what does that mean?
Well, the reason I bring that up is because of the term non-steroidal. What you've had there is a steroid, which is a steroidal anti-inflammatory.
Yeah.
Yeah, so that's how it works. It actually is bringing down the inflammation, which is why your arthritis felt amazing.
It's just amazing.
You
It's
can't.
beautiful.
People these poor people having chemotherapy do often take long, protracted courses of steroids, either prednisolone or dexamethasone.
The fingers must feel nice.
Their fingers feel nice, but they require careful weaning because you can get horrible rebound. They do, paradoxically, they do lower your immune system over time. So if you are on them chronically, low dose steroids chronically, you do have to be careful. And you get fluid retention and they can raise your blood pressure. So they're not easy. But a short course, a short burst, which is what you had, it absolutely perfect.
Yeah, it was 5 days. And I know because my doctor at the time, because I really trust him and really like him, and he said you don't want to, at the same time as reducing the inflammation, which of course everything gets inflamed with asthma. He said it does reduce your immune system.
Yeah.
So that's the buy, not the payoff, the buyout. No, the balance or something. Anyway, it fixed the asthma.
Yeah.
As soon as I stopped taking it, my arthritis roared back into life,
Yeah.
and the swelling came back.
That's right.
But just for a minute there, it was just so beautiful.
And I think also to remember that inflammation is actually your body trying to fix the problem.
Yeah.
So whereas we think it's great to reduce the inflammation, actually the inflammation is what your body is doing.
Yes.
It's just that in your case with a chronic arthritis, your body's overdoing it. And that's
you can
why
stop trying so hard.
That's
My
right.
body is a try hard.
That's right, exactly. Try hard.
My body is try hard. Also with asthma, of course, it's a try hard, isn't it?
Yeah, it's an over expression. You're basically I'm just
an overachiever health wise.
That's
Right? Don't you reckon? Don't you reckon? Yeah.
I feel like it's never good to be an overachiever.
in anything.
In health, it's always good to be average.
Yeah, it's true, isn't it?
Yeah, just aim for the middle, everybody.
Aim for that middle ground, right?
So yeah, I would say to people, just go and do the boring basic things well. Don't worry about trying to boost your immune system. And also, especially don't worry about trying to boost your immune system if you're not already doing the boring things well. So if you're not getting 8 hours worth of good quality sleep and you're eating fast food all the time and you're smoking and drinking heavily.
Notice I didn't say just drinking because
Drinking
I do like
heavily.
my wine. I had to put the heavily just to give myself an out.
Yes, and me. Well, you've
From my
met
own
me.
behaviour. Yeah, I've met you.
But so don't try and hack something
There's no
until
hack for
you've
it.
done
The basics.
the basic things. And
So,
then
yeah.
and then even then, just maybe give yourself a bit of grace and say, I'm not well this week.
Yeah, and that's okay.
My
Instead of
expectations are
panicking
lowered.
about it.
That's right.
See, as soon as I get a virus, I do go into a sort of it's not even semi, it's full panic.
It's because we don't like to be still.
Well, I don't like to be still, and I don't want to develop, I don't want to have asthma.
Oh, yes.
See,
yes.
that's what happens
Yes.
to me. I go, I'm going to get asthma from this.
So for me, it's just because I don't like to sit still.
I don't like being still.
I don't like anything that makes me
No.
less than able to
No.
move.
No, that's right. Do you know I did the high rocks?
Yes, I was going to ask you about your high rocks.
Yeah, I did my high rocks. I think the weekend before last.
So good.
I know. And it's just that level of suggestibility that I have. You know, the day before, I think I was saying to you, I might have even said it on the podcast, somebody said, can you believe middle-aged women are doing the high rocks? I'm like, I know, idiots.
And then they said, would you like to do
and
one?
the next day, a 20-year-old said, do you want to do it with me? I went, yep.
Yeah.
Yeah, sure.
Pushing on an open door.
That's right. That's right. And I loved it.
I've just come to you with a proposal and you're pretty much the same. You were like, absolutely.
Oh, yeah.
I'll be in that.
I'm up. I'm up for things.
Yeah.
I'm up for things.
I love that about
We're
you.
not going to tell you what our proposal is. We're going to keep our powder dry.
That's it. It's very exciting.
It
and
is an
everybody should get
exciting-
excited, but
It's an exciting project that
It
we're onto,
is.
isn't it?
It is.
So on that note, shall we
Yeah.
bid our
Dear listeners,
beloved
yes.
listeners farewell? And wherever you are in the world, we hope you stay safe, stay well, keep your critical thinking hats on, don't take an immune boosting vitamin because it won't work, and see you later. Bye.
Bye.
Thanks for tuning into Why Smart Women with me, Annie McCubbin. I hope today's episode has ignited your curiosity and left you feeling inspired by my anti-motivational style. Join me next time as we continue to unravel the fascinating layers of our brains and develop ways to sort out the fact from the fiction and the over 6,000 thoughts we have in the course of every day. Remember, intelligence isn't enough. You can be as smart as paint, but it's not just about what you know, it's about how you think. And in all this talk of whether or not you can trust your gut, if you ever feel unsafe, whether it's in the street, at work, in a car park, in a bar, or in your own home, please, please respect that gut feeling. Staying safe needs to be our primary objective. We can build better lives, but we have to stay safe to do that. And don't forget to subscribe, rate and review the podcast and share it with your fellow smart women and allies. Together, we're hopefully reshaping the narrative around women and making better decisions. So until next time, stay sharp, stay savvy, and keep your critical thinking hat shiny. This is Annie McCubbin signing off from Why Smart Women. See you later. This episode was produced by Harrison Hess. It was executive produced and written by me, Annie McCubbin.